to lock in, and this is how I'm going to do it. I've booked a holiday for about 10 weeks time, and recently I've just not been feeling 100% myself. So I thought 10-week challenge to make myself feel better, look better, and just be ready for a nice summer holiday. I've spent the last couple of days getting into routine, writing down my goals, all that jazz. So I thought if I document it, hopefully I'll stick to it. And if I don't, oops. But hopefully I do. Fingers crossed. So I thought I would run through what I've got planned, what I want to do, what my goals are, how I'm going to achieve them, and then maybe take you through a few days of me sticking to that plan. And then hopefully it will just come so naturally and I can document it every week, and then in 10 weeks time, catch me in Malta looking fab. Ultimately, the goal is to make myself feel better up here. Less about what I look like, because I imagine in 10 weeks time, nothing crazy is going to happen. And I don't need to change. But I think getting back on my bullshit with exercise will make me feel better. So I've got my cup of tea ready, and I'm going to walk you through what I've written down. Firstly, a moment for my fluffy notebook. In my notebook, Project Malta. To feel and look my best. This is what I've written. Goals: more exercise, healthier eating, more protein. In general, I do exercise and I do eat relatively healthy. I think what I lack is the consistency, because I go between my house and my boyfriend's house, and then everything kind of falls off, and I live quite far away from where I work, so if I go to the office, everything kind of just gets thrown off track, and then I struggle to get back on track. So if I have a little plan and remember the things I've written down, then I feel like if something was to happen that threw me off track, it would be easier to get back into it. That's my idea. So, exercise wise, I currently strictly run, and that's good for cardiovascular health, but I also know the benefits of weightlifting and other things, and I just got scared of going to the gym. I think, especially in my hometown, I just was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to see people. But realistically, like, who am I going to see? Who cares? Do you know what I mean? You're going to see people you know all the time, so the gym's like shouldn't be a scary place. That's what I'm telling myself. So I stopped going to the gym about maybe a year ago, but about 2 years ago I really just fell off. I was really consistent. I lifted heavy all throughout uni. I was really like in routine. So I think that's why it's been such a struggle the last couple of years, because mentally I'm like, I know I can be that bitch, but the last couple of years I haven't been. But now I will be again. I have bought a gym membership again. I also do have one up at my boyfriend's house, but he lives 2 hours away, so not commuting that distance just to go to the gym. Gym membership in my hometown, so that means no excuses. There's a gym wherever I'm at. And also the plan is to keep running, but to incorporate weightlifting in that. So I put it into ChatGPT Trainer, and I was like, these are my goals. I still want to run. I'm kind of in between places, and so whilst I know I could have figured it out myself, AI is just very helpful. So I've now got like a 4-day routine, 3 gym sessions, 1 run, And then on the run I can alternate like how I want it to be, so easy run, long run, interval run, anything I fancy. But it's meaning I can still do that. But I think I found that with running, especially if you get like injured and stuff like that, I feel like I was just thrown off, and then I felt like I couldn't do anything because running was my exercise. If I felt like I couldn't run that day, it's like, oh, I can't exercise today. When if I don't feel like I can run it on my run day, I could just go to the gym. And then also a step goal. It's just really important to get moving. I have an office job or a work from home job, so I'm sat down for 8 hours a day. I do have a standing desk. I bought that a few months ago, which is really handy because my back hurts all the time. We don't need to get into that. So setting myself that challenge of 8 to 10,000 steps, which I was setting myself, but I wasn't being that strict on it. I think it's important to be a bit strict if you want to see change. Otherwise, and change physically, change mentally. Otherwise, if I'm being too nice on myself, like, oh, don't worry, you hit 5,000, I think it's just not building that discipline and those healthy habits that I want and that I used to have. I'm being careful with the balance of like discipline, strictness, but also being kind to myself. So if I'm really not feeling it, if I'm ill, whatever, I won't. The ultimate goal is to not be perfect, but to be sustainable. So if I have a day where I don't do anything, it's not punishing myself, because we don't do that. But it's also not falling off. It's not going, well, if I've not done it yesterday, then I'm not going to do it today. Or if I've had a takeaway, then I can't go to the gym. That doesn't really add up. So the balance, that's probably like one key thing to take away of locking in. We're having balance. I don't know if anything is making sense. It doesn't matter. Healthy eating. Again, I eat relatively healthy. I'm just a fiend for a bit of chocolate. The goal here is to make some just like healthier swaps. So when I was at uni, one thing I always loved to do was have my daily chocolate, but have like a little mini like Halloween sized like Mars bar every day. But because they were like single serve, it hit that craving, and I was like, oh, I've had my sweet treat now, I'm fine. Whereas if I go and I buy a bar of chocolate, or if I buy a packet of Milky Way Magic Stars, Milky Way, they're not Milky Way, Magic Stars, which I love, I'm going to eat the whole packet because I cannot control myself. So still having my chocolate fix, but having it in a single serve form, which you're supposed to do anyway. Also, I've said it in a couple of videos before, but my skin has been a bit of a concern in the last few years. All of a sudden I started getting acne, and then all through uni, and then in like 2023, it just went a bit crazy. And now we're in a good place, but I definitely think sugar has a big impact. When I've eaten loads of sugar, my skin has been bad. So that's also a goal for 2026 on my vision board. It's been to improve my skin, which I have done, but to maintain that, I need to also be kind to my skin and not feed myself too much sugar. Simple. I love sugar though. Within that healthy eating is more protein, because I think, well, protein is so important for you, especially as you get older. I'm only 24, but I want to build those healthy habits now. So I'm going to aim for like 80 grams a day. I'm not really going to track anything because I don't think that's healthy for everyone. I don't think it's healthy for me, but just again, making those healthy swaps. So like when I have a salad at lunchtime, adding things like quinoa, adding eggs. Actions: be consistent and be disciplined. And that's the kind of thing, like what the 10 weeks I want to learn about. At the end, I don't want to be, and I don't think I will be, some like beast, but hopefully I'll be in the routine, I'll be in the mindset of I can keep this going once my holiday's over, I can feel better. So that's kind of another reason why I want to do this. So then I end 2026 like, wow, what a crazy change from start of 2026 me to end of 2026. I want to try some fun recipes. So this morning I filmed a clip of my fun recipe for my overnight oat chia pudding that I had today. So I'll insert that clip. Yesterday I prepped some mango overnight oat chia situation. It was based off of a BBC food, Nadia, that woman that won the Bake Off a good few years ago, Nadia. It was like a mango lassi overnight oat recipe, but I kind of adapted it a little bit because I didn't have everything she had, but also I added chia seeds. So fingers crossed it's nice. I can let you know what's in it if it's good. It kind of looks like, whoa, like slop, but it smells nice. It smells like mangoes. I love mangoes. We'll try her out. But that was delicious. I would definitely recommend. And then today I'm gonna make some chicken for the week. I'm thinking at the moment I'm gonna do satay style chicken. So I will take you along with me when I do that. And then I've just got some things to remember. Keep goals realistic and sustainable. Aim for consistency over intensity. They're kind of my things that I wanted to say that I wrote down in my gorgelicious notebook. I feel like I'm in a good mindset, a good headspace, and I really hope I can stay here. And I hope that if you're watching, we can do it together. I sat outside sunbathing with my notebook. I was out there for like an hour researching, writing things down, really figuring out like what are my goals, how do I want to feel, and also taking the emphasis off the physical. So let's seize the day. I've had my breakfast, shown you that. Later on I think me and Erin are going to play tennis, which will be fun. I've done one of my lower body days, one of my upper body days yesterday and the day before. So today it's more of an active rest. So I'm going to try and hit my 10,000 steps, do some like light exercise, which will be tennis. And yeah, I really want to just like test out some recipes. Okay, see you later. First thing we're going to attempt to make some roasted chickpeas. I love crisps, so I thought roasted chickpea could be a good substitute. We're on BBC Good Food for crispy roasted chickpea recipe. White paprika, some cumin, ground coriander, don't think I have that, cayenne pepper. Okay, heat the oven to 180. Tip the chickpeas into a bowl. Do I drain them? Yeah, drain the chickpeas, obviously. Tip them into a bowl. Toss with the thingies and some oil and a big pinch of salt. Bake for 35 minutes. That is easy peasy. Bowl. Right. These are getting drained. Olive oil. 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. What? Whoa, that seems like a lot. That's because it's teaspoons. Okay, well, we now have a tablespoon of paprika in it. Who doesn't love paprika? A teaspoon of 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, coriander. It says 2 teaspoons of that. We're gonna go 1.5. half a teaspoon of cayenne, a crack of salt. These are my chickpeas, severely over paprikaed, but that's all right. I'm sure they'll taste great. They smell really good. I like doing my chicken. Okay, this one, satay chicken, is also BBC Good Foods. Okay, I don't know if the camera's just moved around a bit, but now we're gonna get onto the satay chicken because it's like 12:15, so I'm gonna have my lunch soon. So we need, okay, this time measuring correctly, this does say tablespoon. Tablespoon of soy, teaspoon of curry powder, quarter of a teaspoon ground cumin, teaspoon of honey. I really can't be asked to chop up some garlic right now, so I'm just gonna put in some garlic granules and hope for the best. I'm gonna put our chicken in. I feel like I should have read this recipe beforehand because it's saying to just like wipe the sauce over at the end. I think what I'm gonna do is get it in the pan, get it cooking, and then like right at the end I'm gonna just like add in the sauce so then it cooks in the satay. Peanut butter, chili sauce, lime juice I don't have. A tablespoon of sweet chili. We're gonna go with the juice of half a lemon. Chickpeas. Chicken. You are in my dashboard. Just did tennis. That was fun. I feel like we're getting the hang of it. 11,000 steps. 2 away from 12,000. Not too shabby. I did a little walk earlier to get the steps up and a stretch because I'm feeling a little bit sore. But overall, vlogging day 3 is going kind of good. I feel very motivated. Yeah, so I'm not doing it like, I don't know if you can hear me over the engine. I'm not doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday like that because I feel like that is kind of where I had a setback before. Because when things don't go right, I'm like, how do I shift it? Like, do I just go onto my Friday day, or do I go like, does my Thursday day then go to my Friday day? So now what I'm doing is just like day 1, day 2, day 3, repeat the cycle. I feel like it's not so daunting because if I don't get like, something done on Monday, I could just do it the next day. I'm gonna go home now. I need to wash my hair because it does smell like that chicken I made for lunch. Gonna drive home now. See you later. I'm on an after work walk. I successfully went to the gym at like 6:20 this morning. Very happy with myself. Back to work today, so I had to go a bit early. Luckily from like next week I can go on my lunch breaks. But yeah, so far success. Just want to get my 10,000 steps in now. Well, 8 to 10. I'm on like 4,000, so we shall see. And then I don't think I've got any more gym sessions. I've got a run to do in the next couple of days, and then have like a rest, and the cycle will repeat, and we'll be on the 2nd week of workouts, which is fun. That's gone quick. Yeah, so far so good. I'm now, apologies for the quality, I'm now going to make some dinner. It's Tuesday night, and I have some chorizo slices to use up. So we're going to make a slightly healthier version of a pizza with Greek yogurt. I have my bowl on some scales, 60 grams of Greek yogurt. Next, self-raising flour. The oven is on at 180 with a pan heating up so the bottom gets nice and crispy. This is a recipe I found online, but I don't know the name of it. I can just remember it. So shout out to that one, but all you need to search is pizza made from yogurt. And that's about it. Okay, flour is done. Mix it up. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's just mixing. Now we have a nice dough ball that we're gonna need. My pizza. It's Thursday. It's the first day of the week where I've really felt like I really can't be asked to exercise. So the plan was to go outside for a run. Instead, we are just going on a treadmill run. That's my compromise. So I could just like whack a film on or something. My shin is a bit sore, like shin splinty, but I'm gonna just have a little stretch beforehand. 5-minute walk to warm up, then like 20-minute run. And then that will be my first week of workouts done. It is Friday. Just finished work. I'm going for a flat viewing. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna call it there. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.